Harry Hole is the main character in a series of, so far, 10 crime novels written by Norwegian author Jo Nesbø. Hole is a brilliant and driven detective with unorthodox methods, a classic loose cannon in the police force. Character: Harry Hole, a police officer with the Oslo Crime Squad, lost his mother, a descendant of the Sami people, to cancer while he was in his 20s, and he has never had a close relationship to his father, Olaf Hole, a former teacher. Now in his early 40s, Harry has a younger sister with Down syndrome. He is unmarried, but has had close relationships with a number of women throughout the series of 10 novels. Otherwise, he has few close friends and the seeming ability to make enemies from amongst some of his colleagues who, nevertheless, grudgingly respect him. Hole is a heavy smoker and an alcoholic, although, at times, his alcoholism is under control. The effects of his problems sometimes bring him into repeated conflict with his superiors and some colleagues, but Jan Marler, head of Hole's department and one of his closest friends, manages to prevent him from being sacked as a result, primarily because he recognizes that Harry Hole is a brilliant detective who is recognized amongst his colleagues because of his role in solving the case of a serial killer in Australia. Hole is one of few in the force who has undergone special training in police interrogation techniques and firearms by the FBI. Hole has few friends within the Oslo Police Department, exceptions being some staff at the Forensics Division of the Norwegian Police, including Beatlenen, whom he often uses to secure crucial information in critical situations where specialist knowledge is required, and Bjarne Holm, another skilled forensics officer. Harry is also friendly with Gunnar Hagen, his former senior officer prior to the case chronicled in Phantom. In many ways, the author's home city of Oslo has the starring role in the Harry Hole novels. Much of the background detail of the stories involves real locations, and the city is shown warts and all, ranging from Hole's favorite eating and drinking places that he frequents, to the traffic of the so-called traffic machine road system, the real-life headquarters of the police department, the swimming pool at Frogner Park, to the haunts of neo-Nazis, drug addicts and prostitutes, all of this described vividly at different times of the year, in the snow and freezing weather of winter to the high temperatures of a particularly warm summer. Harry Hole's friends and acquaintances include city residents from every social background, including immigrants from other parts of the world to old-school friends such as Øystein Eikeland, the taxi driver, possibly the person with whom he is closest. Harry Hole's home address is in Sophies Gate in Bilet, Oslo. In Phantom he no longer lives here, as he has been in Hong Kong for 3 years. Near his place of residence is his favorite watering hole, restaurant Schroeder in St. Hanshagen, which figures in most of the novels. He has had a serious relationship with Rachel Falk, whose son, Oleg, looks up to Harry as a father figure. After the case chronicled in The Snowman, their relationship is put under severe pressure. Hole, Harry's family name, is the name of a historic Norwegian town, with a heritage that goes back to Norway's origins in the Viking Age. The name is derived from Old Norse hektakube lam, the plural form of hektakubed ll, meaning round hill. The word is pronounced as 2 syllables, with stress on the first, as is implied in The Bat, where the Australian police call him Harry Hole. Appearances in the Harry Hole series. In The Bat, Hole is sent to Sydney, Australia to aid the Australian police in their investigation of the murder of a B-list celebrity. In Cockroaches, Hole is sent to Thailand to investigate the murder of the Norwegian ambassador. In The Red Breast, Hole tracks an assassin planning an attack on a prominent member of the establishment. In Nemesis, Hole investigates a fatal bank robbery and becomes implicated in the apparent murder of an ex-girlfriend. In The Devil's Star, Hole investigates a series of serial killings and suspects a fellow policeman of criminal activity. In The Redeemer, Hole is on the trail of a Croatian hitman who kills a Salvation Army officer during a Christmas street concert. In The Snowman, Hole struggles to identify Norway's first serial killer. In The Leopard, Hole returns from self-imposed exile in Hong Kong and unofficially investigates a serial killer. In Phantom, Hole again returns from Hong Kong to look into a murder apparently committed by his would-be son, Oleg. His investigation draws him into Oslo's drug scene. In Police, Hole is needed once again to discover the identity of a serial killer who is stalking the streets of Oslo, killing police officers who previously investigated old cases. Books, 1997 A Flagmusmannen. English title, The Bat, 1998 A Kakelaken. English title, Cockroaches, 2000 A Radstrup. English translation, The Red Breast, 2002 A Sorgenfree. English translation, Nemesis, 2003 A Maracas. English translation, The Devil's Star, 2005 A Frelseren. English translation by Don Bartlett, The Redeemer, 2007 A Snarmannen. English translation by Don Bartlett, The Snowman, 2009 A Panzergert. English translation by Don Bartlett, The Leopard, 2011 A Genford. English translation, Phantom, 2013, Polity. English translation, Police,